the Jets have agreed to terms with Justin Fields. Oh, man. No laugh track, Lorraine? No? Really? Justin Fields is now a Jet. I know. All right, well,
They're perfect.
yeah. Justin Fields gets a 2-year deal. Now, it's $40 million, which in modern NFL is not that much. Can you imagine $40 million not being that much in the NFL today? Maroon. All right, anyway, but here we are. The deal includes $30 million guaranteed. So it is a bit of a prove-it deal, something that Justin Fields knows a thing or two about because he's usually on these prove-it deals, but they pay pretty well. And so he will be going into the season as a QB number one. That's right, QB number one going into training camp. And there's no one, if you look at the Jets roster, there's no one breathing down his neck there. There's no one's like, oh, that guy's going to take his job as QB number one. So let us discuss the question. All right, do you have a word? Do you have a word for the type of skill set that Justin Fields brings to the Jets? So I've got Gypsy, Behold, and Wheel of Fortune. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a nice tropical vacation to Cancun when the playoffs begin, because Justin Fields ain't that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. And certainly will not be in the playoffs as the Jets QB, so you don't have to worry about that, and plan accordingly. When it comes to January of 2026, the Jets will not be in the postseason. So my first thought, I guess you could say, number one. Yeah. Justin Fields is just my word is tease. He's a tease is the word I will use here, and he rarely lives up to that. Now, there's some highlights that go viral online, and there's a lot of low-information fans that get all horny watching Justin Fields. But the problem is the point of demarcation, the line of demarcation is consistently performing at a high level. Not 1 out of every 5 plays or 2 out of every 7 plays. You have to do it more often than occasionally, and that has been the bugaboo for Justin Fields, right? And if we go right to the judges' scorecards on the Maller report card for the Jets get a small D, and Justin Fields gets a B. I'm going to give a B plus to Justin Fields on the Maller report card. The fact that Justin Fields is still pulling this off is impressive. Right? He is getting a third bite of the apple. He's a 2-time loser. And just like the laws, 3 strikes, you're out for Justin Fields. When you take a look at the big picture here, the fact that Fields is getting another opportunity as a starter, he's given the keys to the castle there, or in this case, the keys to the cockpit with the Jets. He is akin to a traveling gypsy at this point. Right? He's a confidence man. Justin Fields is traveling around the NFL. He flopped with the Bears. He did a belly whopper in Pittsburgh. And now he's on to his next hustle. He's just going from team to team to team, and now he heads to the demilitarized zone that is the Jets. And the gypsy contractor, Justin Fields, he does poor quality work on a weekly basis during the NFL season, and he's essentially burglarizing money from these NFL teams and valuables, pillaging NFL quarterback rooms one after another, and whatever hustle you got to do to keep that money coming in, right? I mean, occasional highlight. I guess he must have a good Madden score. Aren't the Jets run by Woody Johnson's kid who likes Madden ratings? And so I guess he does well on Madden. And as long as you do well on Madden, you got a chance to go play for the Jets. That's it. Why not? Right? There's a lot of dough to be made, a lot of dough out there. You can get that money. And why not? And lasted 3 years on his first team, the Bears, and was benched on his second. The one in Pittsburgh is really eye-opening. Right? They don't have anybody. They have no one. The Steelers took a sampler on Justin Fields. They actually had a good record with Fields, and again, dumb fans thought, well, they have a good record. I don't understand why they would get rid of Justin Fields. And then you look a little closer, and you're like, well, imagine how much he must have been stinking up the joint. If you're Mike Tomlin and you roll out the rotting carcass of Russell Wilson And then Russell Wilson starts playing like you expect Russell Wilson to play, not good, and you don't even think about going back to Justin Fields. You have so little confidence in Justin Fields, you continue to roll out in the hospital gurney Russell Wilson. Man, that is a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway that things are not going well. Now, the problem, Pittsburgh's offense, if you want to call it that, with Justin Fields, extremely limited. They had the catered to Fields, and that's usually the problem. The Jets will have to do the same thing. And so he'll give the illusion of being better than he is, but the reality is you're not winning anything. The struggles to make progressions in the offense, I mean, these are problems going back to his days in Chicago that he has not been able to solve. Now, page 2. So how should the Jet fan base, the New York Jet fan base, feel about Justin Fields coming to town to save the day? I'm here. It's like Mighty Mouse. I'm here to save the day. So more of the same. The Jet fan does not need my advice, but I'll give it anyway. A cynical fan handbook that this is the personification, what the Jets do, and really what the Jets fan base does, of the tune that was popular from M. Behold a couple years back there, the numb little bug. When you're a Jets fan, you're like a numb little bug. You are. And Jets backers, they know this. They've been through this every couple of years here, that your body is in the room as a Jets fan, but you're not really there. You know, like you're empty. There's a lot of emptiness there, and you just don't really care. You pretend like you care, but you don't really care, and you always expect whoever you get to screw up, and you're rarely wrong. You're rarely wrong in that situation. Now, Justin Fields, since the start of the 2022 season, is the 27th in completion percentage over expected out of 44 quarterbacks. So he's in the bottom tier of quarterbacks in completion rate over expected, which is one of those nerd stats. Last season, he had the third worst accuracy rate on intermediate throws. And the only quarterbacks that were worse than Justin Fields was last year at those intermediate throws, the middle throws, were Aaron Rodgers, who did it with the Jets, and Anthony Richardson, who was so bad. How bad was he? He's so bad he should be sent to the Canadian Football League right now. And I don't even know if there's any good quarterbacks in the Canadian Football League, but see who's on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers will make that happen. Now, still, he's going to get another chance, despite that resume of being one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL since 2022. Last season, he was in the bottom 3 in the intermediate throws, got replaced by an old, washed-up Russell Wilson, and the Jets are so desperate. It's like the bar's closing. There's one person left, not really that attractive, but you're like, I want some company, so I'll take them home. And I know they're not really attractive and all that, but I just need someone to hang out with. And so Justin Fields is that person. Now, final point. We had another running back changing teams. Jim Harbaugh and the Lightning Bolts have made a move in NFL free agency. The Chargers have agreed to terms with running back Najee Harris. Now, he's leaving Pittsburgh. There's a theme here to the last couple hours. You got Justin Fields leaving Pittsburgh to go to the Jets. You also have now Najee Harris leaving the city of Pittsburgh, going to Los Angeles. He gets a 1-year contract. That's it, a 1-year contract with the Chargers. So, does the former Steeler running back, Najee Harris, flip the tables for the Chargers offense? Does it flip the table in any way? So this is like the Wheel of Fortune. Imagine, if you will, spinning the Wheel of Fortune. Now, can I get an N and an O? I would like an N and an O. Yeah, I need an N and an O. All right, and let's slap those. Let's slap the N and the O, and I'll solve the puzzle. The puzzle is no. The answer to the puzzle is no. Yes, thank you. Now, realizing that this is an inexact science, we did a rant about Harris the other day here, ranting and raving on the radio, and it does not appear that this is the kind of a player that has the wow factor to them. And that is one of the reasons that Harris gets a 1-year contract, Najee Harris, with the Chargers, because the general consensus is he's not that guy. He's not. He is a lumbering running back, a plodding style that does not translate to the razzmatazz. Does not, those game-breaking runs. And my evidence on that, if you missed it in a previous episode of the show, we went over the numbers here, and I was like, I've watched the Steelers play a fair amount. They're usually in some big games on television during the NFL season, primetime games and big Sunday late afternoon TV games and whatnot. So Harris, well, he has had the Marching and Chowder Society will say, well, he's had 4 years of 1,000 yards. So all 4 years he's gone over 1,000 yards. But he's never gone past 1,043 yards. So it's like right at the number, right? Just at the number, 1,043 rushing yards. And despite all those 1,000-yard seasons, mentioned his style of play, a very slow, methodical style. He's averaged 3.9 yards per carry. He's never had one of those breakaway runs. Never had a run of 40 or more yards in his NFL career, ever. Over 1,000 carries, almost 1,100 carries in his career. He's never broken one. Never taken the handoff at the 15-yard line and gone all the way to pay dirt or anywhere, 20, 30, 40-yard line. None of that. Just does not have that breakaway ability where even if you get through the line, he's going to get tackled from behind. It's going to happen. So more of the same for the Lightning Bolts, and Harris comes from Pittsburgh. He'll take over as the RB1 for the Chargers. J.K. Dobbins has not been re-signed, and Gus Edwards was given the pink slip. He was fired by Jim Harbaugh and let go. So Harris can make up to, remember, those are the most powerful weasel words in sales, is up to. You look online, you do some shopping, they say up to, and anytime it says up to, you're not going to get close to the up to number. Anyway, weasel term, $9.2 million, and then he'll hit the open market again, go to market after the 2025 season.